do it, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Hi, I'm Jeff, and I have a question for you. Do you like the smell of burnt popcorn? Of course not. Nobody does. That's terrible. What a way to start a conversation. Come on, Jeff. But I'll bet there are things that you do like the smell of. Like the top of a baby's head. Or lilacs in the spring. Or freshly paved asphalt in the summer. Okay, that last one's just me. But there's a reason why I like it. It's because it reminds me of my childhood. It reminds me of riding my bikes through the neighborhood. And that's the thing about smell. It is an immediate trigger to memories, and it's way faster than any other trigger that you have, because God designed you to remember stuff. And He put in us this ability through smell to be immediately transported back to something great. It's called your reticular activator system. It's part of how your brain is wired. Reticular activators. You have them. And it's the type of way our brain is wired that causes people to hear their name in a crowd. It's the way that moms know it's their kid's voice instead of some other kid. If you're walking through an airport, how many times in the background do you hear some terminal employee paging somebody, this flight is leaving. Hey, if your name is so-and-so, get to the terminal right now because we're not waiting any longer. How many of those things do you actually pay attention to? Probably not many at all. But if it was your name, you would stop dead in your tracks. Why? Because your brain knows how to recognize those signals as being important. Aha, this is your reticular activating system, and it's the way God designed you because He is talking to you as well. And He wants you to remember times when He was powerful in your life. One of the great things in the Old Testament that we see all the time is when God performs something miraculously and shows up in a big way, the people build an altar so that they can remember this is what God did to build their faith. What's sad is how often they forget those altars, or they just kind of move on and they forget when God did stuff. And so all the time, the prophets and the authors of Scripture are reminding the people, remember God's faithfulness. Remember what He did when He led us out of Egypt. Remember what He did during the time of David. And that's important for us too, as we live our lives. Remember. It's a great antidote to the worries of today, to remember His faithfulness from yesterday, so that we can have confidence in His faithfulness for tomorrow. That's your message and thought for today. Speaking of tomorrow, there are things going on this Sunday that you are going to want to be a part of. Number one, we are kicking off our Daniel series. Ta-da! Number two, we are kicking off all of our adult ed for the new year. And so 8:30, 10 o'clock, we have classes available. Please see the website for those descriptions, and you can find out which one you, that's you, want to be a part of. Number three that's happening this Sunday is you will have a chance to make new friends and meet new people and have moments in corporate worship with God where you can have those moments that later you'll look back to and remember that God showed up, because He's going to show up this Sunday. I have it on good authority. He's always here, but we're going to work hard to enjoy and experience His presence on Sunday, and you don't want to miss it. So until next time, I'm Jeff. You're you. God is God. And even popcorn that isn't burnt smells terrible. Ugh.